views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hello and welcome to the BronxNet studios located here on the beautiful campus of Lehman College.
Each week, BronxNet's team of creative students and passionate professionals shine a light on the stories, places, people, and events throughout our community. I'm Mariby Batista.
And I'm Yessi Diaz. And I would like to welcome you to this edition of The Weekend Review. Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Yessi Diaz.
And I'm Mariby Batista. Looking for a unique dining experience that will transport you to the gardens of Italy while you enjoy a healthy dish? Gelato Out in the Open gives us an inside look into Romagna ready to go.
From the summer breeze that carries colorful flavors of Piadina to the divine scenery that brings us to the gardens of Italy, Romagna Ready to Go brings us heavenly dishes from the heart of Chef Lorenzo.
Born and raised in Italy, Chef Lorenzo always had a dream of having his own restaurant. A few years ago, Chef Lorenzo came to the States to bring the authentic taste of Italy to Greenwich Village.
Romagna principally is like one of the 21 regions that we have in Italy. As you see here, I bring also this view from the side of the Italy. The Romagna is the one side, like the side for the coast, and we are really, as you see here, the picture of the flatbread, we are really famous for that. But the region altogether is making like Parmesan, prosciutto, mortadella, a lot of pasta. Bologna, for example, that everyone know, is one of the capital, at least the capital of the region. So it's one of the bigger cities we have in the region. So everyone know Bolognese or, like all this kind of stuff, but it's no big knowledge about the name of the region,
Yeah.
So I try to bring here in New York a little bit of knowledge, more knowledge about my region.
How did you come up with this beautiful idea with the garden and everything is just so beautiful?
I get this place that was a pizzeria in the past, and I arrived here that was a specialty pizzeria from the north side of Italy, and this place that where we are sitting right now was a completely open garden, and I make some revolution to like create a greenhouse to use all the winter time, the summer period too. You can stay here when it's raining or when it's snowing outside, but you'll still feel like outside.
Like you're in the garden.
Yeah, I put a lot of green, also because my culture come from the normal traditional of green, making like your own vegetable, your own fruits, like growing. This is what I'm want to transmit in this place.
Italy is such a beautiful place to visit, and with Chef Lorenzo's handmade back garden, customers can get a real feel of Italy. It's true, he made it with his own 2 hands.
Yeah, I hand built everything. So.
That's amazing. That's pretty talented.
Thank
How
you
long
so
did it take you to?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Oh my.
I also, as you see here, I put some, fake windows, like Italian fake windows that remember you to feel like, in a normal square in Italy, in Venice or in Rome. I want to recreate this, feeling inside my restaurant. I wanted the people when go inside and say, oh, I'm not feeling New York. I'm feeling, back to Italy. If they've been there or just feeling somewhere else from New York. New York.
It's the perfect place to come.
Yeah.
Let's watch Chef Lorenzo as he shows us how to make a piadina.
The main ingredients, as I said, are the flour, honey, salt, olive oil, and baking soda, and water. We put a normal buffalo mozzarella on one side. Usually try to use your flatbread in a half side. Arugula, some olive oil to give a little bit of flavor to the arugula. Okay, and after I'm moving back to the grill. There we go, and that I slice and put inside my piadina as well. Don't exaggerate with the meat. Need to be just compost and a side of the flatbread. No need to be the main ingredient, so don't put more than 3 or 4 slices. Now you see?
Ooh, that's so pretty. So colorful too.
Nice, right?
This is amazing. Simple ingredients, so much flavor. I really enjoyed myself today at Romagna Ready to Go, experiencing the little piece of Italy that reflects the heart of the man who created it.
The Office of Assemblyman Mark Jonai organized an event to celebrate Mother Teresa and her work. Editor Eden Martinez has a story. Mother Teresa, also known as Blessed Teresa of Calcutta, an Albanian Roman Catholic nun and missionary that dedicated her life to help the poor, sick, or less fortunate. She founded the Missionaries of Charity, a religious congregation that consisted of more than 4,500 sisters and was active in 133 countries. The organizations helped HIV/AIDS, leprosy, and tuberculosis victims, provided soup kitchens, dispensaries, and mobile clinics, children's and families counseling programs, orphanages, and many more. To celebrate her life and contribution to the community, the Office of Assemblyman Mark Jonai organized an event to celebrate Mother Teresa's sainthood.
This is a day that we have the Mass, we have the ceremonies of the religious aspect, but also get to enjoy Mother Teresa, the humanitarian, the woman of goodwill, a woman that's become known throughout the world as the mother of the poor, of the sick, the Nobel Peace Prize winner, the woman that maybe have been small in size, but a giant in the efforts and the people that she reached.
An advocate of peace that treated everyone equally, says Jake Jonakai about Mother Teresa. He had the opportunity of meeting her back in 1997. These are the memories of what for Jake was a life-changing experience.
The good thing, the very special thing is she didn't care about anybody's race, religion, ethnicity, or caste, or no. Everybody was the same. You were black or white, you were Latino, or you were Albanian. She treated everybody the same.
She was a mother for all, someone that saw everyone as equals, no matter their religion, race, or beliefs, as explained by Jasmine Cruz.
Especially now in the hardships that we've been seeing in the world, I think it's good to remember her and commemorate her because we need that unity. She brings that peace, that love that I think we all need to share with others. And it doesn't matter your culture, it doesn't matter your religion. She loved you.
Reporting for BronxNet, Yessi Diaz.
The Bronx Riviera, a place of culture and community life, held an annual musical treat for the Bronx. Reporter Cristina Pagan brings us the Orchard Beach Salsa concert.
As the summer comes to a close, we're out here celebrating El Condado de la Salsa in the very last of the concert series sponsored by the Bronx Borough President.
It's become a tradition now where every Sunday for the entire summer we come out here, we bring different musical acts, but we also have salsa, being that this is El Condado de la Salsa. And so many people come out and show so much love, and it's become one big happy family where folks appreciate the beach.
There was tons of fun in the sun as Bronxites came out en masse, bringing their flags, their energy, and their love of music and dance to the last live salsa performance of the summer concert series. It was a Bronx family affair with several generations of salsa lovers braving the heat and dancing in the sun to the sounds of Los Hermanos Moreno and Willie Valentin y su orquesta.
I want to be with my people, mi gente de Puerto Rico. I come here every Sunday to the concerts, and then I go to Section 4 with a DJ.
We're here to enjoy the sun and enjoy the music. It's fun. It's fun. You know, you just enjoy the music and you have a good time.
That's
The successful series is sponsored by the Bronx Borough President's Office and Macy's and has become a seasonal tradition in the Bronx. Bronx Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr. kicked off the event with a reiteration of his commitment to fixing the pavilion at Orchard Beach and calling on the City Council to step up to the challenge.
When you look at the pavilion, it's been in disrepair for decades, since I was a kid. And it's not fair that the Bronx doesn't have a beautiful facility that we can use year-round. We deserve that. And that's the reason why I put $10 million. The State Assembly has also allocated $10 million. We need the city to step up and do what's right do what they would do for any other community and help us fix this pavilion.
Part of the day's festivities was Zumba fitness and a presentation by the New York International Salsa Congress. Co-founder Luis Guerrero spoke about the way salsa and dance brings the community together while also helping to maintain an active lifestyle.
It's really a collection of people to come together and dance, move to music, meet people from around the world that love to dance and meet each other and try to move in harmony to a song and get to know each other and get to know the music together. And that's what we always do. I mean, that's what the Congress is about, really. Today we're supporting the Bronx Borough President's Office and the Bronx Tourism Council. They're doing live bands, dancing, and so we wanted to bring that together and just support it wherever it exists.
¡Que viva Puerto Rico! ¡Que viva el Perú!
Reporting for BronxNet, I'm Cristina Pagan.
From the north to the south to the west to the east, we are expanding our services and upgrading technology at Lehman College. And now, Bronxites have an innovative media production facility in the East Bronx at Mercy College in the Hutch Metro Center. The windows on the East Bronx studio, a state-of-the-art control room, media labs for production and training, and other media-capable spaces. Training, workforce development, leading-edge technology, and programs that help you share your ideas, your voice, on your channels, locally and globally. Build media and technology skills at BronxNet and build your dreams.
Shield generators off. Yep, bring it back.
Hi, honey. How are ya?
I'm all about that bass, no trouble.
You gotta learn your body, pace yourself, and have fun. So let's go have fun.
On BronxNet Television, Channel 67.
Hello and welcome back to the Week in Review. If you missed any part of today's show, be sure to check out all the stories by visiting us at BronxNet.tv. Bringing together two places that she once called home, artist Natalie Colette Woods presents Nothing Lasts Forever. Reporter Justin Rodriguez has the story.
Meet Natalie Colette Wood, an artist in residence at the Andrew Freeman home on the Grand Concourse. In her newest expedition, Wood recreates on the canvas two places that has taken the role of home for her. One being the place of her childhood, Las Vegas, and the other being the place that she called home for the past 12 years, the Bronx.
Both places that have gone through a lot of change, and both places that the memory of them has been distorted and skewed. Well, both places are deeply sentimental to me, and I've lived in the Bronx the last 12 years, and many of the places I'm talking about throughout the show are places that are very close to in my neighborhood, like the Lorelei Fountain or the Edgar Allan Poe house, and, you know, obviously the Andrew Freeman home.
As the Freeman home filled with Bronxites from around the borough, the room itself became as rich and full of color as the painting themselves.
Today's exhibition is really nice. I enjoyed
some of the colorful, but also like it feels like it's like real. Like I'm looking at the Friedman home, and so it's like a mashup of old world philosophies and new world right now where we're at. So I enjoyed it. I think she did a great job.
One Bronx native that attended the show also found her own artistic vision of work on display. She was proud to see Woods herself being celebrated through her work as a friend and as her teacher.
She represents the Bronx. Number one, she lives here. That's number one. Number two, the student idea represents the students, and most of us are Bronx people.
Natalie Colette Woods not only successfully captures the iconic and powerful places of the Bronx, but the spirit of the people that call it home. This is Justin Rodriguez for BronxNet.
Out in the Open, Shalado Marshall traveled to the Bronx-owned Cuban oasis. Out in the Open presents Havana Cafe.
The heart of Havana makes its way into the Bronx with authentic Cuban cuisine. Havana Cafe is as welcoming as the city it's entitled for. So we're here at Havana Cafe. Can you tell us a little bit about the background and the history of Havana Cafe?
We opened in 2010, almost 6 years ago. I'm a resident of BronxNet. My partners we're all Bronx guys, and we've worked in the restaurant business for a long time and decided to open our own restaurant.
Is this like a family-owned restaurant?
No, but my partners and I were like family. We've known each other a long time. We're very close.
Havana is the capital of Cuba and is also known for its Spanish colonial architecture. Havana is also known for its excitement and romance, which resembles Havana Cafe in the Bronx.
I would say the overall look of the restaurant, the look and the feel, a lot of rich colors, a lot of wood, a lot of stone, the brick, the wrought iron pieces, and of course the palm trees, which unfortunately they're only here from May to September, but at least you get a feel for the tropics.
What are some of the famous dishes here at Havana?
Well, here typically our churrasco is our #1 dish. Ropa vieja is Cuban traditional.
How do you say it?
Ropa vieja. It translates to old clothes because it's shredded beef, so it kind of looks like old tattered clothes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's if Cuba has a national dish, that's it.
With an intimate dining room, a street-side bar, and a custom brick oven, Havana Cafe brings a part of Cuba that people can enjoy.
What inspired you guys to open up Havana Cafe in the Bronx?
Well, I've always been obviously a big fan of Latin food, Latin cuisine, simple stuff and high-end. And being a resident of the Bronx, I knew I wanted to open a Latin restaurant, but we really, as business people and for business decision, you kind of look for where the voids are in the market and try and fill those voids. So we felt like this concept fit perfectly. At the time, there were no other upscale Cuban restaurants in the Bronx.
Havana also caters for your convenience and hosts different events at their restaurant.
Saturday and Sunday brunch, every week from 12 to 4. That's a big hit, it's always packed. We have live music during Saturday brunch. We do lots of semi-private parties. We don't close to the public because we have so many regulars that we don't like to close down and turn people away. But we do small events in-house, up to about 40, baby showers, bridal showers, things like that. And we also have a catering company, Havana Catering, which we do larger events. For the last 4 years, we've catered the Bronx Ball, which is 700 people on the beach. Really nice event every year for the Bronx Borough President, the BOEDC. And that's always the highlight of our catering year. But we do large events, small events of all kinds.
You can enjoy Havana's Cuban cuisine any time of the year with your friends and family, but their outside sitting area is gorgeous. Enjoy the palm trees with a slight breeze and the beautiful sun, but hurry up because the summer is almost done.
BronxNet took on Latino sports at the 22nd Annual Latino Sports Celebrity Basketball Game. Let's take a look.
It was an exciting day as BronxNet edged out Latino sports in the annual Celebrity Basketball Game at Orchard Beach.
If at first you don't succeed, you try and try again.
Coming off a loss from last year, BronxNet asserted its dominance early in the game, taking a 20-point lead by the end of the first quarter.
Nice pass.
Right now, a slaughter. We're down by 19 in the first half. We just got to really buckle down and get some stops and get some buckets too.
Latino sports tried to keep up, but to no avail as BronxNet players aimed and shot with uncanny accuracy.
We play well. Great teamwork. Everybody come back on D.
Latino sports made a comeback in the second half of the game, briefly taking the lead by 2 points. But BronxNet responded quickly, taking the lead again and holding on to finish the game 104-99.
Felt like I did good. We got the win. We played as a team. It was fun.
You know, I missed a couple of layups that could have been crucial for us, but overall I enjoyed my time being out here.
We had open shots. We missed our open shots. It's a long court, hot.
The 22nd annual celebrity basketball game has become a friendly rivalry between Latino sports founder Julio Pabon and BronxNet's executive director Michael Maxnabi, who took turns trading quips.
This is, I guess, a year that we took back the trophy. However, Julio didn't bring the trophy.
Well, you know, I was so confident that, you know, I had forgotten the trophy. And I said, you know, I'm not going to go back home. Since we won last year, we're going to win again.
Because he was so confident that he was going to win. But BronxNet did emerge victorious yet again.
BronxNet surprised me, man. They came back. First of all, they had me a little bit more than surprised. They were 25 points ahead by the second quarter. I said, oh my God, it's going to be a blowout.
The Family Fun Day at the beach was created in an effort to foster community building, health, and awareness. Bronx Lebanon Hospital was present with their van offering free screenings for all attendees.
We celebrate great sport and a great time, and we make sure that we care for our loved ones, that we know about health and fitness opportunities in our borough parks, that we eat right.
Before each game, Zumba instructors led the crowd in some dance fitness fun. All participants received tickets to see the New York Yankees play this season.
And know that you can participate in this. In this borough of parks, there are great opportunities. There's green space for you, and there's also media space for you at BronxNet Television.
That's what the whole impetus of me doing this every year, because the Bronx continues to be the worst borough in the state for health. We got to change that.
BronxNet won back the coveted trophy from Latino sports and looks to defend its title next year. Reporting for BronxNet, I'm Christina Pagan.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. If you missed any part of today's stories, we encourage you to tune in for Open on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m.
As well as visit us on the web at bronxnet.tv. This is Yessi Diaz.
And I'm Mariví Batista, reminding you to stay connected through your channels here on
BronxNet.
Between the past to the present, our next artist gives a voice to the woman of today while looking like the woman of yesterday. Please allow me to introduce you to Dark Dahlia. Born Christina Maria Sullivan, this vocal powerhouse journeyed to the past, collecting inspiration from the iconic woman in classical pop culture. While on this journey, she found her path to success, and with that, a new persona, the Dark Dahlia.
About a year ago, I started doing pin-up modeling and got really into vintage culture, retro culture, which I've always been really into. Especially like Lucille Ball and then like more modern icons like Dita Von Teese. And then when I started doing music, I just felt like I needed to incorporate that side of myself into it. And it also goes along with my voice. So it was just a fun combination of the two of them.
So why is it that you admire these classical icons?
Well, I feel like that they represent beauty in a form that really isn't celebrated anymore, as far as they were real women. Their bodies were not stick thin, as I'm not either. They knew how to dress appropriately for every occasion, but especially glamorous occasions.
From New Jersey to the Big Apple, Dalia was driven to follow her dreams in music. But on the path to the stage, she found her way to the silver screen.
I went to a conservatory, but there it was a completely different experience than what I expected. So I thought it was going to be more vocal performance, but it was all theater. And then I got interested in film, so I started doing extra work just because I was like, why not start somewhere? And I actually started doing well in it. And I quit my job. I was working retail, and I quit my job. And then I started doing film, so I've been doing that. So I started to see this trend that everything that I was getting cast in was period. So I was getting cast in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. So I'm like, well, this is interesting. You know, why is it that this is where I'm working?
While on a film set, Dalia discovered her voice and made her way back to her first love, music.
So I just reached out to someone that I met on set once who was a sound engineer. And I said, you know, do you mind if I do a cover video with you? Very like casual. And then he said yes. So I did this cover video with him. And then it just sort of snowballed. He just said, well, why don't you just write an original? I'm like, no, you know, I can't. Like this whole thing, you know, I went through. Then finally he just gave me a blank track and said, write to this. And he's like, well, I think you can write. And I'm like, oh, I guess I can. And it was that simple. It was like overnight. I was just like, oh, yeah, I guess I can.
Starting up the night, about to get my transformation on. Knowing that I need these drinks, this company to carry on. Lighting up a bogue, I feel the smoke begin to heal myself. Suddenly I trust myself, feel the one that lost myself. Johnny, standing by me, all my worries leave my body. Taste the moment, tasting freedom, no more boundaries, I'm euphoric. Higher, starlights, this is my night game. Guns are blazing, this is my night game. No fears to face, no wicked space. We are immortal, blazing hours. This is.
As we came to the end, I couldn't resist getting some personal classical style tips from the Dark Dalia herself. Let's talk about your shoes.
Okay, yeah. So
I love them.
Thank you. They're from Spain. My mom is from Spain. So I'm half Spanish from Galicia. And when I was there maybe 3 years ago, and I saw these in a little village actually, like because they actually still have villages there. And I saw them when we left, and then 2 days later, I came back looking for them, and they were like in the back room.
So you told me about the bracelets that you've been wearing them since you were a child.
Yeah, so when I was a kid, like 11 or 12 years old, I used to get in trouble for wearing these all the time. If you ask any of my friends, I'm like the lady in black. Like, you know, I'm just, I don't know, out of the Matrix or something. Yeah, I just always wear a lot of black, so they coordinate basically with everything I wear.
Much like the artist she has looked up to as a child, Dark Dalia has become a true classic talent. This is a novelista for
Harmonious Beats. No fears to face, no wicked space.